Hello, welcome back to my pantry in my house. My name is Maggie, and this is the current state of affairs in my kitchen. I have no idea what I have. I don't know what's expired, and honestly, half the time I don't even know what I can cook with because it's all just jammed in there. So today I'm taking some time to actually try to tackle this mess. I am not trying to do everything at once, so taking little bite-sized approach is something that has worked for me in my living room, and I'm gonna try to do that here in my house as well, or in my kitchen. So first thing is putting together this shelf, this wire shelf for the canned goods that I have in my pantry. This is probably the most tedious thing I feel like that I had to do, or the lengthy thing I had to do. It took me about 10 minutes to put this together. And I will link this down in the description if anyone's interested in this particular model, but Amazon has tons of these wired shelves. The next thing is taking out all the things on one shelf. I'm picking a random shelf. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I just picked a random shelf and started taking everything out that I possibly could. And if you also have only 15 minutes, set a timer, grab your phone, grab a drink, and do this with me. You got this. Now that everything is off of the shelf and I am putting it back on the wired rack, I am checking the expiration date to make sure that I need to be able to keep it. If it is expired, let's get rid of it. If it's almost empty, obviously maybe just time to consolidate or use it up. And if I haven't used it in months, maybe it's time to just get rid of it. Obviously with canned foods, most of the time they are good for a while, but sometimes you forget that you have canned goods all the way back in the pantry somewhere hiding. So it's always good to double check that and consolidate. So this is the state of the pantry after I put together the shelf and put the cans on the shelves. So not much movement beyond that. There's still a hot mess up top, on the bottom, everywhere else, but the cans are looking pretty good. And I now know what I have. I also know that they're all not expired. So yeah, and then there's still space to the side of where I can put additional items. And then here is what I have not put back inside of the pantry. It's very messy. Very, very messy, and this is going to drive me crazy until it's done, but at least I can tell what I have. I found myself having some time in the evening, and because the pile of stuff was driving me crazy on that bar stools and everywhere else, I figured I could at least make a little bit bigger dent and move some stuff around. And as you can see, I'm still finding cans everywhere. I've had a very bad methodology with cans. They literally were everywhere and I didn't know what I had, and I used to buy the same things over and over because I didn't know where they were. Then I am putting together all of the items on that second shelf that we use, right? The Jello is more for my Ninja Creamy, but it's there for me to see that I have it. The Nutella, the peanut butter, etc. Then I'm going through and smelling some stuff too. Some of the stuff doesn't have expiration dates, so I'm just smelling to see if it's rancid, if it smells like it's good, consolidating some of these things, and just looking at expiration. That expired, I think it was like 2023 or something. It's crazy. Same with that, expired. Random different Kodiak cake things, no idea what's in that. Ridiculous. day 2 and I am on to the next shelf. I am ready, setting my timer, 15 minutes, and let's go. Same concept as yesterday, except for hopefully at this point I don't find any cans, and I'm just literally looking through to see what is there. Is there trash? Most of it is. It's been there forever. Bread, random pieces of bread, moldy bread. Gross. All in the trash. How ridiculously wasteful and sad when you can't really tell what is in your pantry. And last day on the job, another 15 minutes, and let's get the last, the top shelf covered, and just really again consolidating, taking stock of what I have, and testing rancid almond, yucky. Just throw everything away that is no longer usable, expired, and no longer good. And if the mess doesn't bother you, oh my God, what on earth is inside of that Harvest Nut granola bag? How did they even get in there? That is disgusting. This was in my pantry, y'all. Oh, it expired in August 2024. Well, no wonder. Ew. I still have a minute left, and this is where I am leaving my pantry. All of that is trash. I'm gonna put that bottle inside in a little bit, but this is where we're at. This is actually the best it's looked ever. I have done this so many times. The problem is I have never actually taken the time to make little sections, and especially for the cans. This is a new thing I'm trying. So up at the top, plates, cups, napkins, plastic cutlery, and then we've got snacks, bread, storage bags, then all the cans and sauces. And then down at the bottom, the pastas, flours, rice, beans, whatever. There goes my timer. Flours, beans, whatever. And down at the bottom, all the way there, there's potatoes, onions, and garlic, usually. And then just bags. I think I'm just gonna throw those away. Or I don't know. And then down there, some baking items and just some other stuff. I have to also do this whole process to the rest of my kitchen, all the cabinets. So I think that's going to be next, and you'll probably see some of these things. But I do have a couple of that's going to be going in the trash, everything in the jar. That's extra coffee filters. My husband's in the coffee industry, and I've got coffee filters everywhere, so more coffee filters. And then here I've taken everything, well, I've put everything back from the pantry. So that's it. I am going to leave it here for now, but I will be working on the rest of the kitchen, some of this other stuff, just everything little by little. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. And just know that you are able to take a little bit of time and make huge changes just as long as you're consistent. You got this.